There are many things in the spider drawing video that I saw that supported language and literacy development. One of the first things I noticed was the teacher doesn't always guide the conversation. She does allow the child to talk freely and form her own questions, as well as, rather than just answer questions back and forth, she lets the child kind of start talking about something else related to the subject so that the conversation can take a different turn and it'll flow freely rather than being cut off. Another thing that I noticed was at the beginning, the teacher will ask a question, the little girl responds correctly, and then the teacher will continue to talk rather than just say good job or anything like that. She continues to talk, which also helps that conversation flow. Towards the end of the video, the little girl goes from just responding to questions to forming her own, which is a great sign of language and literacy development. For example, she holds up a picture of something she's drawn and asks the teacher a question about it. The teacher responds. The little girl then finishes what it is she was saying and picks up to describe what she's talking about. She starts counting the legs on the spider she's drawn. And she also shows a great understanding of words by holding it up, and she shows the teacher that she's drawn the spider's whole body. One thing I did notice that I possibly would change, the teacher asked the little girl if she could write her name on the paper, and then when she first started, she asked the girl, she said, "What does your name start with?" And her name is Desiree, and she lets her get through the D, the E, and the Z. And then after that, she kind of just takes over and finishes spelling it for the girl. But I think that she could have waited a little bit, and if the girl was possibly stuck, she could have maybe give her hints to let her at least try to finish spelling her name before she took over. That way, it'll kind of help the girl a little bit more rather than just completing things for her. Lastly, I did like how she showed the girl a spider, and the girl was able to count 7 legs. And the teacher said, "He's missing a leg," and gave her another spider, and then she picked it up and proceeded to count more legs. That's another way of forming language and literacy development by allowing that conversation to flow freely. She didn't say, "No, I think you counted wrong," or doubt the little girl that the spider normally has 8 legs, that he only had 7 when she counted. She just got another spider and said, "Oh, he's missing a leg." And that gives like motivation to children that rather than telling them, "Oh, you're wrong," it motivates them to keep learning.